Welcome to Story Over Everything with Edward Atwell and Chaz Reed.
What's going on, everybody? This is your host, Aaron Edward Atwell. I'm here with the co-host, Chaz Reed. What's happening, man?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How you doing today, my brother?
Doing fantastic. It's a nice, icy morning here where I live. It's cold. Had to scrape the ice off the car this morning to take the kids to school. What about you?
I just turned the defrost on and walked back in the house and let the truck run for about 30 minutes.
You just do it the easy way. See, Casey took the kids to school this morning, so I had to do all of that. And the car was also parked down the street, so I had to go get the car and then bring it down here.
Yeah. I turn it on, come back inside and do other stuff. I hope nobody decides to randomly steal a vehicle out of my neighborhood. It's never happened, but, you know, I say you're supposed to lock your vehicle because I don't think insurance covers it.
For real?
Yeah, I don't think if you're like heating up your car or anything, if somebody comes steals it, I don't think your insurance covers it because your car wasn't secured.
We had in our neighborhood 2 years ago, there was 2 cars in 1 week that got stolen doing that. Like letting heat up in the driveway. Somebody just there was some teenage kids. I think they caught them. They didn't get away.
Yeah. So, I mean, when they see Bertha, I mean, I figure if you steal Bertha, you got to be kind of desperate. And, you know, when they get in and see that Bertha has 230-something thousand miles on her, they'd be like,
Never mind.
I can't really go on a road trip with this thing.
I always joke around with Casey and make it seem like someone might steal my truck. She's always like, it's fine. Do the keys in it. It's fine. Nobody's taking that thing.
Oh, man. They'll take the white ghost, man.
Is that what we're calling it? The white ghost?
The
It is a
white
good work
ghost.
truck.
Yeah, man.
It's only got 120,000 miles on it. It is 32 years old though. So
Yeah.
there's always that. Well, Chaz, we've been off air for a little minute here.
Yeah.
But you know, we're not dead. We're still alive. We still talk all the time. We're still hanging out. We're still getting after it. You know, just things happen and it just is what it is. But we're still here.
Yeah. Dynamics change. Businesses grow, you know, and,
Or
you
shrink.
know, or shrink. Yeah. And things slip away. My friend a long time ago, when I first got into filming, I was working full time. I was going to school online full time, and I was starting to film with a full time volume. And I was feeling overwhelmed. And he said, you can't keep filling up your plate because it'll overflow. He said, you gotta learn to take stuff off, you know, so you can have a full plate, but you know, it ain't Thanksgiving Day to where, you know, you want stuff falling off your plate type thing. So that's life, man. That's life and business, you know. When you're feeling overwhelmed, you got to really sit back and think about everything that's going on, you know, what's really important in that particular moment. And sometimes you got to get rid of stuff. Come back to it later.
That's the nugget of the day. Or I should have ran that audio.
That's it, bro.
That's the nugget.
That's it, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it is, you know. And I think as creatives, a lot of people in our industry may like automatically be bad at taking stuff off the plate because you don't know when the next piece is coming, you know, because we're doing it ourselves. And I guess some people probably have agencies or maybe they work for somebody else. But people like us, like it's on you and it's on me. So it's sometimes like your instincts want to say, I want to keep all this on my plate and I'm going to keep piling it and piling it and piling it. When maybe that's not the best idea. I like the way you put that. That was some true wisdom from a veteran right there.
He was actually a veteran too. Well, he's still there. He's about to retire, but that doesn't matter. Sorry.
All right, so today's episode, we're just gonna catch up a little bit, talk about what's been going on in our lives, what's new, what's gonna come on the podcast, what our plans are for that, and some other things. So, Chaz, what's new in your life? Is there anything new in the past year and some change? It's been about a year since we recorded, I think.
About a year. Maybe I should listen to the last episode to figure out what was
Right.
going on now. To
It's all good.
figure out what's different. New. I don't think really nothing new in a year. Maybe was Franny born?
She was born in our last recording. I don't know if we talked about her yet. I think that was still kind of under the radar.
Yeah. So yeah, so I totally have like a. Well, now she's about to be 15 months tomorrow.
Shoot.
So got a 15-month-old daughter. So been balancing that along with film full time.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a learning experience.
Amen.
You know, that plate we were just talking about, you know. That's still a that's still an ongoing process. Kids are cool.
They are cool. I agree with that.
Kids are cool. They teach you a lot that you don't really think about. They teach you how to keep going when you wanna stop. You ain't really got a choice sometimes, you know. Things got to get done, and you just or you're dumb exhausted. But you know, they teach you how to push when you don't think you can push anymore. So learning to apply that in life, in general, life and business and stuff. Me and Aaron closed out the wedding season, New Year's Eve.
Yep.
I think that was maybe like 56 weddings for the year, something like that. I know it was over 50. I don't think it was 60. Between 50 and
It's
60.
a lot of weddings.
Yeah. But you know what? Oddly enough, I enjoyed most of them. Like I look back on the year where I think it was like the year following COVID, and I had like 60 something. I didn't enjoy a lot of those weddings. The energy was different. Maybe because the mask mandate and people were still. The energy was like very cautious, and it's been a lot more relaxed lately, and so it's back more to the fun, high energy weddings type things. Maybe that might be it.
Yeah, I feel that because it seems like there for a while, it was the cautious. I think that's the right word for it. Everybody's still kind of like, well, we got to be real careful out here doing these things.
Yeah.
And it kind of felt like this year people are back to let's have a good time,
Yeah.
which is nice. It's kind of the fun part of weddings is everybody's having a good time.
Yeah, you can definitely feel it. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's it. A couple equipment changes and stuff, but we'll talk about that stuff later.
Yeah,
I think that's it for me, man. What about yourself, bro?
Let's see. In a year, man, the year flew by, didn't it? It went so quick.
It did.
And I mean, they just keep passing by so fast, so fast. I still got 5 kids. They're still all doing well. Um, my oldest daughter is 14 and a half now, or I guess 14 and 3/4. She's got a boyfriend. They've been going out on dates and
Mm, mm,
movies and
mm.
bowling and stuff. Um, yeah, it's new. It's weird. It's weird being a dad with a daughter that's going on dates. I'm not used to that. But she's good, and the kid's nice, so I'm not too upset about it. My son, he's playing basketball. He's doing good with that. Got 2 daughters in dance. So I mean, really nothing much has changed over the last year, family wise. Except everyone's getting older and more responsible and things like that. Work wise, even though I never thought that I would be doing much weddings again, I'm right here back at it. Um, which is weird. There was a time where my last really like full time wedding year, I was like, I don't know if I could do more weddings. Like, they take a toll on you and it's a lot of work. Um, but then, last year I did my, with that one company, I did a commercial in January of 2022. So that would be, I guess, a year ago.
Mhm.
Um, and at the end of that commercial, I'm just like, I just felt beat, not like defeated, but like just wore out from doing that rat race kind of thing. So it's like, now this year weddings it's been fun again. It's been nice to be creative and film and, just, I don't know. There's something about a wedding that allows me to be a little bit more creative and have a little bit more freedom, which I enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also been shooting a good bit with Chaz. Could have shot a lot with Chaz this year, but I'm not the smartest fish in the pond. People are saying that now. Uh, and I've been doing a lot of editing as well. Um, yeah, just it's been an okay year. I'm not too mad at it. Looking forward to see what this year brings. I got some new things I want to hop into, um, and some new consistencies I want to keep up. But I'm not mad at it. It was a pretty decent year overall. Um, so let's talk next. Let's talk podcast, Chaz. What are we thinking podcast wise? What's to come with Story Over Everything? What's our goals? Where do we want this thing to be?
All right, y'all. So everybody was saying, "Hey, when's the podcast coming back? When's the podcast coming back?"
We still get a lot of those messages, by the way. Oh, fun fact! I got a email just yesterday that we are a top 100 podcast in this. I can't remember the name of the country. It's in Africa. Um, but we're doing well over there.
What? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, still.
Um.
I don't know. I guess, people just search it out. I don't know.
hmm So I would people would ask me, and I would ask Aaron, "When we doing the podcast? When we doing the podcast?" Aaron was like, "Man, I don't know what to talk about."
Mhm.
So one day, I was sitting on the couch, and I was like, "You know what? I think what we could do is instead of having the longer episodes where we talk about multiple things, to have excuse me, to have it so we have episodes on a consistent basis. We can talk about one particular thing weekly." And with that, I just started writing down like whatever came to my mind. I don't even know how many I came up with. How many was it? Like,
You came up with like 15 right off the bat, I think.
so that's
15 episodes.
the next 15 weeks. The following 15 weeks is on air.
It's back on my shoulders. That's okay.
They didn't come back to me.
With the new format, it's going to be a little bit easier. Like when you're running a business full time and you also have family to take care of and stuff, it's hard to come up with an hour of content every week.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people do it, but it's tough.
I don't know how.
It's tough. Yeah, we're better than this.
I don't know how.
It's tough to do, but with the shorter format, holding it to one subject, I think it's going to be a lot easier to remain consistent.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that's the new game plan. So yeah, I know. I think what season was our shortest? Like season 3, I think.
I believe so. I think it was like 5 episodes.
Yeah. So we're
Might have
definitely
been
gonna have
10.
more this year. I already got 15. You know, we already got 15 in lined up. So there you go. So yeah, man. Again, I like Aaron said. I think these people that are doing this stuff. I think they literally have. You have to have a dang on team, man. I was driving home and I was like, oh man, I need to XYZ. Oh man, I forgot about ABC.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, when am I gonna find time to do 1, 2, 3? Oh man, what about you know? And it's like these things just pop in my head, and it's kind of like we need to have I don't know, we need to have a mental organizational expert or something come on an episode or something because I really don't know how people can do it by themselves. It's really hard. So
It's
you
tough. We
know,
sound like a couple of old dads.
I mean,
I guess we are.
we're not really old, but
Well, not old, but just sound like a couple of dads.
yeah, I mean, it's real. Like you, when I was sitting there thinking, when I say you really got to have a team to do this, like let's just think about all the dynamics of things. All right, so say you're trying to keep your business relevant, or you're trying to grow your business, right?
Right.
So biggest thing now is social media. Okay, so
Oh, you muted yourself, I think.
I think
There you go.
you have to be consistent.
Mm-hmm.
You have to interact with people. All right. So one, now you have to take time out to find content to post. Okay. Two, now you have to interact. Now you got to figure out what platforms you're going to post on, and you got to be consistent and with whatever you're doing on those multiple platforms. That's social media. Okay. So then we're going to go over to emails and marketing and communications with your possible clients. That's a whole nother department, pretty much. You know,
Another hat you got to wear.
yeah. So we haven't even got to anything that makes you money. Like you gotta shoot. You
Mm-hmm.
gotta shoot. Who's doing the audio? Who's doing the lighting at these events you're shooting? That's all you. If you got a second, they might help, but maybe not. Who knows? So these are things you're thinking about on the day of. All right, so you done afterwards. You get home, now you got backing up everything. You backing it up on multiple drives? I hope you are, because if you ain't, you're running a risk there, buddy. You know. So now we're going in the post. All right, who's editing? You editing? Okay. How long is it gonna take you to edit that? Are you getting somebody to QC it? Anybody to review it? You know. Then you delivering stuff. All right, so now it's on to the next person. Then, man, it's just so many things. Oh yeah, and I forgot you gotta live.
Yeah, you got to find time for you.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's
you got to
like
find time for your kids. You got to find time for your husband or your wife or
I
your
think,
significant other, your hobbies.
yeah. So it ain't easy. I think if it was easy, a lot more people would do it. Or, matter of fact, a lot of people do it. A lot of more people would be successful in it if it was easy.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. Um, so looking forward, like Chaz had mentioned, we're gonna do weekly releases, and we're gonna try to keep them coming once a week. I don't know. Have we decided on a day yet that we're gonna release them? Were we doing Friday?
I mean, I don't see why we don't release it same day, especially with this new program. Since we're
Yeah,
recording, Wednesdays,
that
might
works
as
for
well
me.
drop it on Wednesday.
All right, so we're gonna try to drop on Wednesdays. Not try. We're gonna drop them.
There you go.
And then looking forward with some of the topics that we have coming up. We're going to look at facelifting your brand. And I know this is something I've been seeing asked several times over social media. It's like, so, you start and then you get to a point and you're like, when does it make sense to change things up a little bit? Because, you get to a point where you're a totally different filmmaker, a totally different deliverable than what you were when you started this brand. So sometimes that might make sense. We're going to look at pricing as far as putting it on a website. Should you put it on the website? Should you not? We're going to look into that. We got a lot. We got numbers of weddings. How many do you want to do? What's your weakest strength? How are you going to grow as a filmmaker? And, just, I don't want to list them all because it's too much to list. But that's some of the things we're going to be looking for and talking about here on the podcast. We might bring in some more guests. We might not. We'll see. And of course, as always, anyone's always welcome to reach out and let us know. Is there something specific that you need help with? Is there a way we can help? Because as always, our goal with the podcast is just to hang out, have a good time, but also to help people get into filmmaking or become a little better at filmmaking, doing weddings. Because, when me and Chaz were starting out back in the Stone Ages, there wasn't always a lot of resources to help us out. If you had a question, you might be able to message somebody, but what are the odds they're going to answer? And what are the odds that they're going to actually take some time and think out of a thoughtful reply? So we just want to be here for everybody. Not a lot of new people coming into the game since we last did one of these. But it's the same old stuff. It's me and Chaz. We're hanging out. We're having a good time. And we're going to help some people. What else you got to add, Chaz?
That just made me think of something. If you're not, go ahead and follow the Facebook group.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever done that before. Like, spoken with the Facebook group. Have we?
I don't think so. I feel like it's always been like a secret.
Yeah. So, yeah. Story over everything on Facebook. You can ask questions there if you want to. I wonder how many members it is now.
I don't know. But I should get that back popping. I'm not on Facebook much these days. I'm not really on much with the time scheduling. But yeah, I think when we still got several hundred people in there. So we can get that back popping. And of course, you can always ask questions in there, like Chad said.
Yeah. You can follow Aaron, Instagram.
Edward Atwell Films.
Edward Atwell Films. You can follow me, Instagram, Chaz Reed Films. You can DM us questions if you want to hear them on the podcast or whatever. If you got something that comes to mind, we can bring it up. We're open to suggestions as well. So, yeah.
Yeah. This is a podcast by the people for the people.
There you go.
That's the whole point. Yeah, you can like us, rate us, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff that people do. I don't have anything else for today. We just wanted to catch back up and let everybody know what's coming. We're still alive. We're still doing good. Still out here putting out films, doing the work. I got nothing else, Chaz, man. What about you?
That's it, bro. We're ready to rock and roll,
right,
man.
We love you. We're ready to rock and roll. We love you, and always.
Peace.
We could write and end the story through the struggle and the glory. By your side, I will stay. We will never fade away. We could sail the skies together.